Over millions of years of evolution and adaptation, the flora and fauna of our marvelous planet developed and multiplied into spectacular life forms unique to planet Earth. Come gather around the table and see Earth in its beautiful, bountiful nature. A game for 1 to 5 players, with over 360 unique and splendid cards, which attempt to capture the synergies and harmonies present in the natural world.
Earth, the final frontier. These are the voyages of... Oh, wait a minute. No. Wrong. This is about the board game Earth, not Star Trek. From Inside Up Games, it is for 1 to 5 players, ages 14 and up, 45 minutes to 90 minutes. This game looks absolutely beautiful with the cards, pictures of various plants and rocks and islands. You have a chance to build up your island and control the evolutionary path, more or less. This game is a tableau building game for the most part. You're going to build a 4x4 grid of your planet. It comes in 3 modes. It comes in solo, co-op, and competitive. And it is got a ton of parts. It looks like a lot of fun. You get a lot of control of what you're doing. So let's go down to the table, take a look at Earth. Here's the box right here. I really like the artwork. This is the landscape. It kind of reminds me of, we got deserts and waterfalls and mountains. It's really, really kind of cool. This is quite the box, really. There is a ton of components in here. Look at the back here. Look at some of these artworks on these various cards. We've got markers. We've got some upgradable bits. You can see there's our coal. There's our dirt. We got some promo cards in here too as well. The upgraded first player tile and little bits like that. So this game is amazing. Look, we got little wooden bits. So the quality of this game is absolutely amazing. Here's a challenge. Now, inevitably, it's time to open the shrink wrap, which is inevitably a challenge for me. But I think we've got this now. Oh my gosh. We're trying to do things under the lights here and under the camcorder. My new camera should be here today or tomorrow, I suspect. So let's take a look in here. There are a ton of cards in here, 364 to be exact. So there is the rulebook right on top, and a little QR to go to a rulebook. The objective in Earth is to score as many victory points as possible. To do so, you will plant cards to create your own island. A 16-card tableau arranged as a grid of 4 cards wide and 4 cards tall. Okay, well, there we go. We have achievement sheets. Oh, wow. I don't know what an achievement sheet is. We have a board. I think that's the beginner board because there's no objectives here. So yes. So, but this is the regular board where you're going to place common objectives and you'll get points for it, 15 and 15. And then there's a couple of other types that anybody can get. And then we have our boards. 1, 2. Here's a cooperative board. Let's see what we got here. Oh, there's the solo board. And there's another board. And game 4x4 resources. I'm going to have to take a look. I think one is harder than the other. One's, I think, a beginner's. So there's the beginning level. There's, oh, that's right. There's 4 levels of difficulty here. Okay, and this looks like the solo boards. That's double-sided. Oh, okay. So here's a board. And so it looks like they double-sided a fair bit of these boards here. Could have been mounted better because you can see right away. I'm just starting to see a little warping, and that was pretty quick. 1, 2, okay. Endgame scoring grid. I don't know how you tell what is what here. So we're going to have to look at the rules, I guess, because there's lots of these boards. So interesting way of doing it, I think. Very interesting way of doing it. All these boards. So we're going to have to decide. You can see here we are. Okay, so that we know is that board. What's on the back? Okay, so that's just a standard, looks like a standard board of some sort. And there's a standard board. And there's a standard board. I suspect this is the solo one because we have the different levels. Maybe? I'm starting to suspect that's the case. Okay, we have our... Oh, my God. We have... Oh, scoring pad. We have our tops. This has to do for our growth. These are our buds that we can grow. These are the things that basically like grow like trees. Oh my gosh. And then look at the decks. There are so many cards here. So many cards. And I don't know what... These are the not so fancy ones. Probably won't even... These are the dirts. So we probably will use some of these dirts and things. So we will organize this, I'm guessing. Okay. And these cards look like they are, from what I understand, they are 57 by 89 or 58 by 88, depending on the manufacturer. And so we're going to have our jobs pretty much cut out for us. But that's what's in the box. And we're going to go off and now organize. One of the things I always try to do with my video is to show you how I organize my game. And this game was about an hour to organize, maybe an hour and a half with sleeving. So on rules again, rules on top. There's the achievements. Here's all the boards, all the various boards. Oops, a bag. How's that down there? Okay. The fauna board. We'll talk more about what those boards mean when we actually play. You can see. So these are the cards that we will be drawing. And there are 3 bags worth. I started out with 300 sleeves and I had to go get more actually. So I have plenty of sleeves in the various places. I think I have sleeves in like 3 different places in the house. But there is no doubt close to about 350, 370 cards altogether. There's a huge amount of components. And you can see I've used the GameGenics right there. So you're going to go, wow, it's pretty crazy because these things run $15 to $20 each. And so, you know, by the time you sleeve and do 30, I mean, you've spent $30, $40 storing your game. If you're so inclined, or you just throw them in bags and the hell with it. I have them in 2 separate containers too because we can put them in the different sides of the table too because we have our growth and we have our buds. And you can see here the little tiny things they gave us, little cardboard. We'll show you them when we put them out on the board, but wow, much rather have the green cubes here. We have our wooden cubes here. We've got soil, the 10s and 5s and the 1s, but we also have the soils, the deluxe-ified version. There are not supposed to be a limited amount of resources, so therefore we are actually okay if we have to use those cardboard bits. But that is it for the actual components of the game, and again, the boards. So this is the standard size board. Everybody, if you're playing a competitive game, would actually be using this side. This is what they call the fauna board, because we will have our goals out there. This is our advancement sheet, of course. This is our solo, and so is this. This is our solo game too. Now they say 5, probably because of co-op, but I only see 4 boards here. So we'll have to check that, but I'm pretty sure it's just 1 to 4. 5, I guess, maybe if you're doing co-op or something. Anyway, I think 5, the beauty of this game, too, if you look above this, is that there's a major action for me. So I say I want this green action, so I'm going to take the top action. And we'll explain what these actions are, but in this case it says I can plant 2 cards and take 4 cards and look and keep 1, and the rest I would discard. And when I discard a solo game, it's going to go to the scoring of the automa. Here that somebody would take a minor action, which means they could plant a card and take a card, and then we would do our green. Everybody would do the green. And so this is how it would work across. So everybody's going to get to do something. Everybody's going to get to take their actions, their tableau actions, pretty much every turn, depending on how you build out your tableau. One of the things you can always do is turn in 3 of your growth cubes for 2 soil. So if you have that soil emergency, you would do that. But that is what's in this particular box. The quality components, the quality components are quite good. The cards have a really good thickness on them. Really enjoyed that. The cardboard bit's a little thin, but the cubes make up for it as well. That's why I always encourage deluxifying, because it makes really good quality of life. And there was a question the other day about, well, if you don't like a game, will deluxe components make you like it better? No. If you're not too keen on a game, no matter what you do to that game, it's still the base game. But I recommend that if you are interested in playing a game and get advantage of deluxe components, do it, because it's always inevitably nicer. With that being said, we're done, and we're going to set this game up for solo play, and we'll see you down at the table. So here we are. We've started setting up Earth, and you can see one of the problems is that the boards are already warping. So not probably as good a quality of mat board that they could have used. But we will truck along. We have our first player marker. I'm the only player, but this will just help us track which one of these actions that we're actually going to take. And then we are going to do a top action. Then we're going to do the bottom action, which is what's going to happen over here on our solo board. With a little bit of shadow, I'm going to have to fix that. These are where some various cards are going to be. These are our events. This will be our recycle pile. These are our scoring markers here. Normally we'd use one of these up here, but we'll use that. As we gather our fauna cards, we will have the potential of getting 15 or 11 points, depending on whether we can beat the automa to the top or bottom bonus scoring. And here we have just some public goals, basically, at the end of the game. The other side of the board actually has this not there, and that you wouldn't play with this, and then these are all 10 points, but hey, I like a challenge. We have put the automa cards here. You can just about see it. Well, they blend into this board really well, but there are 6 cards, and we're going to go through this twice, and there's those 2 cards right there at the top. So we're going to mix these up just a little bit better, but this is what I'm going to do when they take our turn. So here I'll be able to put a card in, play a card, take a card, and activate my green cards. And we'll talk about the green cards when we get there, but right now we'll just give these hopefully what will be a good mix. I mean, there's only 6 of them, and so basically there are 12 turns, and we're going to be building a 4x4 grid over here, hopefully. We may have to just use a little bit more space here. Oh. But basically, the setup basically starts us with what we're going to do is take a green card here, and this is the end of game scoring. Oh, what are these all the same? So there's a ton of end of game scoring cards here, and they are double-sided, and you can choose which side you want. Some of them are easier than others. However, the points are different, right? So first thing we'll do is we'll just give that a bit of shuffle. We'll go into the middle, and we'll take this card. So we're going to try to synergize them a little bit. So we're going to, whoops, sorry about that. So I'm going to take our cards here and do the same thing. These are our island cards. So we're going to just close our eyes a little bit and take a card from the middle. And then finally, lastly, our climate card. Do the same thing. Take a card from the middle. And then we can decide on which sides. And I'm going to show you these cards in a second. So just be a little patient with me. And what we'll do is we're going to take 4 of those island cards here. And we're just going to take them. And we'll just take 2 and put them over here for the moment because we can choose which sides we want. I think that was a cheaper way of doing it, maybe. I don't know why they may have done something like that. But let's just go with it for the moment. Okay, so let's take a look at these cards. See, this is a yellow card, and that says I'm going to take, I'm going to recycle 1 from my hand, and I can add a growth. And then you can see we have a sunshine, and looks like a little bit cloudy there. And then we have a Numby desert. So you can see the end of game scoring says I can have 3 leaves for every 2 sunshiny things that I have here. Sunshine, so that might be a good one to go with this. And this is another sunshine card too. And this is a volcano, and it says, and this drives what's our starting. So we can have 5 cards. We will recycle 1 and take 4 soil. The other side says take 5, ditch 2, take 7 soil, which is always better. And then in a green action, you can take 2 cubes. It says plus 2 cubes you planted this turn. So I guess every plant that you plant, you can take 2 cubes. So, what's on the other side here? Though this one synergizes. Okay, for every water, plus 2 growth, plus 2 cubes. Okay, let's just see how we can synergize. 6 columns with 4 cards of each of a different type. Each of a different type. So this is the same thing on either side. 12 points for 8 cards each with a growth of -3. Don't like that one. 5 points for every 2 cards each with a growth of 4+. So we're going to go with that. 6 column with 4 cards, all of the same type. All of a different type. Whew, that's going to be tough. I'm going to go with different type. Then we'll take our cards here. We're going to want 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll just take 4 out of the middle. Okay. Well, we're knocking everything over here. So we have a red deer. So plus 6 flora for everybody, each with a -3. Or plus 4 flora, each with 6 buds on it. Ooh, that's a tough one. Okay, 7 cards with an odd growth. Whew. Okay, 7 cards with an odd growth, and we'll talk about growth in a minute. Here we have 6 flora each with a -3 leaves, or plus each with 6 leaves. Okay, we might try that. And we'll talk about what that means too. Those are buds, actually. With -2 growth. or each with +4 growth. I think we'll go with the +4 growth. 8th floor without any growth or cubes. Got +4 filled with as many cubes and as possible, having no. Okay, so basically filling out the spots. 4 + 4. So we're gonna. Oh man. Yeah, that works. Okay, basically then, what we're going to do is try to synergize a little bit here. So we like the growth. We're going to recycle for that, or a cube and +3, or +3. Ooh, we like this one better, actually, to tell you the truth. Because we're going to want cubes, well, -1 cube to put 3 growth on. 4 growth. Yeah, so we're going to want some growth. I think that's fine. So I think we'll go over to here. 3 leaves for 2. Yeah, so we'll put that there. 3 leaves for every 2 of these cards. And this one looks 2 growth for every water. And I'm going to start out with 5. Ooh, 4. Though this isn't exactly synergistic. But it does give me more soil. Soil is so important in this game. Okay, I think we'll give it a try. So that is the setup, except for I have to bring the cards up. So up here, you can see we have our soil. We have more soil if we need it. We've got some growth. We've got some buds. We've got our canopies. They come in different colors. There's absolutely no particular reason. Now I'm just going to pull that down a little bit because we only need what's up here, really. Okay, that is it. And then because of this card, we're going to start with 7 soil. We'll put a soil here. At any time, we can take 2 cubes for +2. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So we'll just put that right here. We'll just move that up here if we need it. Now, there is a big, thick one that comes as a promo or the deluxe kit, but this showed up better in the camera. Now, we're going to come over here. Oh, my gosh. I want to show you this. There are a ton of cards. If you watched my unboxing at the beginning of this, there are a ton of cards that go with this game. And I don't know what I'm going to do in terms of how to keep them sort of not falling all over the place. We may have to make a few adjustments here, and we'll talk about what this all means in a minute. There we go. There you go. For now, there we are. That's one pile. And basically, you're going to take cards from all over the place, so it doesn't really matter. You know, you're going to want a good random. Now, I did randomize these pretty well. And because they got sleeves on them, they make them even slippier, right? Even slippier. There's over 260 of these cards. So, fauna cards. Now, they're just a little bit... We'll just move them over here so you can see them. And we'll show you them in a minute, too. There we go. Oh, it's like building a tower. So, those are our cards. And we're going to start with, as I said... what did I say? We're going to start with 5 of them, and then we're going to have to get rid of 2 into our recycling. So basically what we do is take 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We look at them, and you can see we've got a few cards. Here we have an event, and it's a blizzard. -2 cubes to pick up 3 cards, where I certainly don't need that at the beginning. And there are minus points that I can give to her. The thing is, if I don't... Any card that I don't take, basically, they're going to go into my recycling in this case. But when we start to pick up cards and do the green things and we plant, we're going to give them recycling. She's going to get cards too as well. So, so there's that right there. So what do we have here? That is end of game scoring. So we certainly, I don't think we want that. And we have snow, which gives us -1 point. Man, not much really here to keep. This is 9 to plant. That is brutal. So we have 9 soil, but we only have 7 soil. So we don't have much to work with here. And the reason why they're expensive, because these are end of game scoring. There's our scoring here. That's 2 points for this one. Lots of buds, though. Well, I can only keep... I have to get rid of 2 of them. Might want to keep the snow, even though it's a -1. Okay, I think what we'll do is get rid of one of these 9-pointers. 2 sunshine. We really get 2 leaves for every sunshine in one contiguous line. Well, I don't really think we're really doing for the sunshine. We really want winter stuff, which is this one here. And you can see the red. So we'll talk more about what these production things do. But it looks like we might even have to go after more cards first. But that doesn't make sense. Either we're gonna, and that doesn't make sense. We can recycle 2 cards. Boy, we're really going to be toughed out here. Okay, well, I think we're going to keep the snow. So that's -1 point if we play it. And we can play that anytime. And then we'll keep this and 4 soil or more. Okay, let's go with that. And that, those 3 cards. And then we're going to put these into our recycling. And that is the setup. You can see right away I have had to make some really hard decisions. I don't particularly want to pick up a card right away, but I'll be able to play these 2, but not really. I'm only going to be able to play +1, +2 planting, but I can plant just 1. Then I can pick up 4 and get 1 card. That's going to give them a lot of points, and we'll explain how that works in a second. But that is the setup. This is our opening hand, which really, really sucks. And we're going to go on from there. So as we're ready to start, I want you to know that this has been out overnight in my room here, and you can see these boards have just warped. Wow, just warped. So, well, we'll continue on. I'll just go roll up my sleeves here. And the first thing we're going to do as an action is we're going to plant a card. And we can't plant 2 cards, I don't think. Now, according to the rules, as I move things around here, according to the rules, I can actually may plant. So I can actually do both actions. But we will plant something. So I don't have this. So I think the first thing we're going to do is plant this card for 4. We'll just put that here. It's going to start our 4x4 grid, but right now we don't have to worry about it. And it's going to cost us 4 soil. Now these bits are really fiddly. Holy cow. 3 and 4. And now I'm allowed to pick up 4 cards, but I can only keep 1. The thing is, I'm going to discard these into his pile here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we have another very, very expensive card. If we're going for a lot of growth, we only can keep 1. I would like to kind of get a green, even a yellow, -1 leaf. We have some leaves to get 3 cubes. That's not bad. Only costs 1 out, but let's just see what we have here. 6 floor with each -3 leaves. 4 floor with as many cubes and growth as possible. Floor with 4+. So we're going to need lots of growth. So we're going to want things with growth. This will give him 0 points, which is good. And we can give him this. Oh, flooding. -1 cube, but I can only keep 1. I can only keep 1. -2 for 4 cubes. That's a good one. It's going to cost me 6. I'd love to have seen something with soil. I don't want to give him a ton of points, though. But I can't. Okay, well, I think we'll keep this one in my hand. And this is going to go over to here, which basically is now going to count for his points. So that's done this. Now we're going to go over and we're going to turn our first card over. And it's a yellow. So we can do a yellow action, which is down here. Basically +2 growth or +2 cards. There is no growth on this card. So we might as well take 2 cards into our hand. He's going to get 7 growth plus 1 for each card I took, which is 2 cards. So he's going to get 9 growth. Starting over here, we're going to do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is quite, this is 1 growth, right? So there's 1. And he has 7, right? So it's 1. Whoops, I lost 1. God, again, fiddly parts. 2, 3. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, 8, and 9. You can see right off the bat that he is just claiming, and they're all worth points, right? So if we look here, this is worth 3 points, 4 points, 5 points, 6 points, plus all the points here. And so far I have like 4 points. That goes in the discard. We're going to come back over to me. I have no soil. I only have 3 soil. So that would give me a green for some soil here. I wouldn't mind getting that down for 4, but I don't have 4 soil. I can go -1 points to pick up that and 2 more cards. And that's good. 2 for each counting 4 plus soil. Card counting costing 4 plus soil or more. Yeah, so I'm going to have to come over to here and say I have to take this action right here, which I'm going to take 5 soil. So I'm just going to take a 5 counter. That's much easier for me to deal with. As you can see, these bits are just crazy. So, and then I'm going to get 2 cards from the deck here to put into my recycling. Then it says give him 2 cards to recycle and 2 cards for plus 1 card for every 2 I took. So we round down. So he's going to get 4 cards in his recycle, just like this. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I have 5 here. Then we're going to go over here and pick a card. Everything moves here because of the pivoting. Let's pick up the next one. So this says South Pacific Garen. Choose 1 lower fauna objective. Place 1 leaf token there. So we'll use the yellow for him. So it's either 6 plus fauna with -3 or 4 plus fauna with as many cubes as possible. Well, he's going to claim this one. That's 15 points. And that's all it is for him. Okay, that is absolutely brutal. So we're going to come over to here. And we want to plant again. We can plant up to 2 cards. We have 8 to play with. We have 9 here. 4 here. I really can't plant. Oh my gosh. I can't plant this. I can plant this or this, but I can't plant both. This is brutal for me. Maybe I should just come over here and take cards. But see, I can't take advantage of that. Could come over. Oh, let's come over here then. Well, hopefully maybe this will give me a card. So we can get +6 growth cubes. And we can do a blue, which is right here, which will give me 3 growth, which is useless. I think we're going to come back over here and take 5 more soil. Next turn will be a big turn. Take 2 over here. You can see right away that this has been a big, huge challenge for me. We're going to turn over the next one. And it is a red card, and it says I can take 2 soil or 2 cards. I'm taking 2 soil. So he's going to get +1 soil for each soil I took. So that's 2 soil. And he's going to get 8 cards in his recycling. And then I can activate a red card, which is good. So we'll put this over here. So he's going to get, what is he getting? Oh, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow. This is how fast it's done. Then I can activate my red card. I can get 2 more soil. So actually, the way that would work is I would activate the red, and then he would get, so he gets 2 more cards. Okay, just like that. But I have a ton of soil. There we go. That's my card, right? That's what he did. Now we're going to come over to here. We're going to come back over to here at this point, and now we can plant 2 cards. So let's just, we're going to want some big ones here. Yeah, I think. Okay, we're going to go in this row. So I'm going to go here. So that's 4. And then I'm going to plant this guy here for 10. Okay, so we're going to take 10. Yeah. Wow. Watch everything here, dudes. Everything is warped. Everything is warped. Okay. Okay, and then I can take 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'm going to add 3 to the discard pile here. I like these cards because these will give me some end bonus. I might keep this. Ooh, I might keep this. Yeah, we'll keep this one. So I'm going to keep this one. This doesn't give him much. 0, 0, 0, which is good because we're going to put that there. So this is going to come into my hand. Sorry. We're going to come back over to our. We're going to plant. So he's going to plant, which means I can put another card. So I can take 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And this says 3 leaves for each of these per that. So this is another one of that specific type. So there it goes. I can draw 1 more card, which is good. I can activate anything that's green. So I get a soil right there. And he's going to get 3 cards. 3 cards added to his pile right there. So he takes 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. And it all goes right here. And then it comes back to my turn here. I got 3 only. Pick up 4 cards. I could play that. -1 point would give me 2 cards. No. 2 cards for 4 plus. Well, 2 points for every card per card costing 4 plus. We have 1, 2, 3 so far, but it's 9 points. This is 6 points. So I have no choice but to come over here and take 5 soil, and I can pick up I can recycle 2 cards from here. Whoops, that one's turned out. 2 cards here. I can then do any red cards. So we have -1 leaf for 3 cubes. So we'll lose 1 of these to be able to take 3 cubes. And we've got spot for cubes. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. Then we're going to come over here and we can take I can recycle, take 2 more soil, and I can take a card from my hand and put it into my recycling. I want to keep that. We'll just take one of these cards here and we'll put it into our recycling. And that is, you can see how fast this game, because we got 2 cards left for the first half of the game. He gets to pick now from his upper. So it becomes really, what am I not going to get? 7 cards with an odd amount of leaves. I don't know if we're going to get 7 cards. I only have 2 cards down. 4 cards with 4 growth. I think this one here. Now he may snag all of them. I'm going to lose probably pretty badly here. It's coming back to my turn. I have 5. I got 9. I could lose 4 recycling cards to pick up 4 cards. That might help, because I could get 7 points if I can be the first to get to 16. So you know what? I'm going to take a chance with this lava flow. So I'm going to be -3, but I'm going to pick up 4 cards. but I have to be -3 of my recycling cards. So 1, 2, 3. We're just going to put them over to here. But it does allow me to pick up 4 cards, I believe. Yes, 4 cards. That happens before my turn. I can do it anytime I want. 2, 3, and 4. Now it's my turn. Let's see what we get. Can we get 2 cards down? We have a 6, we have a 3, we have a 0. And it gives me 2. Ooh. So I could put that down. Or I got a 6. Okay, these 2 here would work. Because I'd be in this row. So I like the idea of this. So we're coming back here. And we're going to put 2 more cards down. I should put this 9 down, really. Do I have 9? No, I don't. Okay, maybe next turn. I like this because it gives me 9 points based on that card. And then, so that's 6 points. And this is 0. But I do have 9, so I could plant tulips. Ooh, mushrooms. So I think we're going to plant some mushrooms, maybe right here. Okay, it's a 4+. We have 1 card. So that is what, 9 altogether. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then I'm going to pick 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I can only keep 1. I wouldn't mind 4+4 filled with as many 4+4 with each 4 growth. We have a 4 growth here. We have a 7th growth here. Okay, so we may have to grow something, I think, in a turn or 2. So we might. Oh, here. I think we'll keep this white oak. That doesn't give me any growth. This gives me growth. Wow. So I got to sacrifice 4 points if I want to keep a growth card. This one has growth and worth 2 points. Okay, I'm going to keep this card. I know I'm making some really crappy decisions here. There we go. That is my turn. I've given him his 3. So we're going to pull up this last one. Water. Activate the light blue. I can take 2 cubes or 2 soil per blue card. So I could do 1 cube. So we want to get some odd cubes. So I could do I can do 2 cubes or 2 soil. Well, let me take soil. See how that plays out. Now, I can now do the light blue cards. I can spend 2 for 4 cubes. But you can see if I take a ton of cubes, I'm going to give him even more cubes. And there's a -1 cube for 3 growth. Let's just see here. It might be worth it because I might be able to snag that though. So let's go 4 more recycling, or 2 recycling, which gives me 2 cubes. Oops. 1. And I can put them anywhere. It really doesn't matter. And we'll come over here. I get -1 cube for -1 cube for 3 growth. So I can take a cube off, and I can get some growth. There's a 3, so I can go 1, 2, and I can top it with a topper. There we go. And now because I took, he gets 7 cubes plus 1 cube for every blue of mine. So I've got 1, 2. So he's going to get 9 cubes altogether. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. That's it. We are halfway through the game. We will now reshuffle these, and hopefully we'll get a chance to maybe pull off this one. +4 for as many as cubes as possible. +4 each with 4+ growth, where we have no 4+ growth here, because the maximum is 3 growth, 3 growth, 3 growth, 7, 4 growth. I probably should have gone there. It is my turn. Well, we can look at growth, though. I could do yellow. So, but I wouldn't mind snagging 4 flora with filled as many 4 floors with growth. 7 cards. Oh my. So I'm not even going to get. I don't even think I'm going to get that. Plus 2 growth. Well, that would let me finish maybe none of these cards off. Or I could take 6 cubes and 2. That would also give him 6 cubes for each of my blues. So plus 1. Oh, sorry. That. Yeah. Each of my. So that would be 2. So I would wind up giving him 2 growth, but that might be the better one. Plus 2 soil. Jeez, this is tough. This is really, really tough because I want soil too. I'll go over here. So it lets me take 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Gives me 2 growth. Okay. Then for every 2 growth, he gets a plus growth for every 2 cards I've taken. So I've taken 4. So he's going to get like 4 growth. So this is 1. This finishes his off because that's the 4. And this one's 5. So he gets 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. This is absolutely brutal. This guy's going to kill me. There's not, at this point in time, I really only have 4, 8, 10, 14, 15, 16, 20 points. 1, 2, 3, 23, 25 points. I could come over here, and he has already got 3, 7, 12, 18, 20, 18, 20, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, plus whatever he has in here. 14, 0 points. So 40, 51, 52, nothing, 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 53, 54, 55. He has double the amount of points I have. And we can play through this again. But I don't know if this, I think that's enough to give you an idea how this plays. I didn't even look at these at this point. Like 5 cards for each with 2 leaves on 4+. Okay, let me just see what that says. 5 for each 2 cards, each with a 4+, which I have nothing of yet. So there's still a lot of goals to make over here. He is doubled. There was nothing I can do. I had a poor start, crappy cards, and so there is absolutely no way to win this, I believe, in my opinion, because he's going to get more growth, he's going to get more cubes, and he's going to do it at a faster rate. So I haven't really been able to build an engine. You can see that I only have red and a green and a blue. I don't have any yellow cards to take advantage of. Lots of red, but if I take a soil, that's great. So I've got lots of red, but I don't know. So at this point in time, I would say this is enough to give you an idea of how this game plays. I think there's some nuances here that I don't understand, but let's go to some final thoughts. So let's talk final thoughts for Earth. In solo mode right now, I felt overwhelmed when I'm looking at it and going, I can't keep up with the Automa here. The Automa only has 6 cards, and you can see how fast he collects points. Super, super fast. I mean, points for here, points for here, points for here. And, he's already stripped me of by double, almost double. So there's really not a lot I can do there other than just look and say, goodbye, solo player. And he's got 30 points here. So, I mean, I didn't even count those 30 points. So he has 80 points basically to my 25 or 28 points. How do I capture that? Because I don't even have a chance at some of these with the cards that I had. The resources are very, very tight. Soil is your main resource in some of these cards here, the recycling cards. But if I use my recycling cards, I lose points basically at the end of the game. If I use soil, that's great, but then I'm always going to be doing this. So I think from a solo perspective, I mean, it's fun for learning, but I don't think that this is really going to be a great solo game. I think what we're really looking at is a really good multiplayer game that I would say would rival Wingspan to creating the tableau, having some limited resources, and then doing these actions based on what action somebody takes. So we have our main we have our main action, and we have a follow-along action in the multiplayer game. The rules are simple. You can see that. Take the main action, take this action. The guys get this action. Everybody activates this action, the red action. So everybody gets to activate red actions. So it'll happen multiple times through the game. So through the game, depending on the number of players, you'll be constantly getting stuff, but not so much in the solo game. So perhaps the Automa is a bit tough. Maybe the Automa needs to play out over a number of turns, and maybe there needs to be some rule that just says, hey, you get 15 points. Wait a minute here. So we have to be careful of that. So solo-wise, not impressed, but I do like the mechanics. The rules are simple. I think for 2, maybe 3 or 4 players, even 3 or 4 players might be the sweet spot for this. Lots of cards like Terraforming Mars, so there's plenty of cards to look at. Same with Wingspan. There's tons of cards. If you think of these as the birds, we're going to put these down, and then, at certain points we're going to do these actions. So like Wingspan. So I'm going to compare this to Wingspan. I think it is in that genre of mechanic issues. So not quite 100% like Wingspan. But overall, I like it. I would give it 2 thumbs up multiplayer. I'm a little indifferent to the solo mode as it stands today because I like to be challenged, but I don't like to be overwhelmed. I mean, you've got 80 points, I've got 20 points, and I'm looking at it going like, how do I do that in 6 turns? Is it possible? Maybe, but I don't think I have a good enough engine because I have no rainbow cards. Like rainbow cards are great. If I had them, I could take advantage of them, but I don't have them. Because a rainbow card can be anything. So 3 out of the 4 actions would actually give me red plus rainbow, or blue plus rainbow, or yellow plus rainbow cards. And they are in the deck. I'm playing on BGA. BGA has this, which Board Game Arena. It's in beta. I don't have a premium account, but certainly there are people who are playing it, including me. But I have to wait till somebody gets the game going. So, not an expensive game. I think it was, I don't know if it's in stores yet. This was a Kickstarter. I'm quite pleased to have it. Pleased with most of the components, except for the boards that are warping. And I don't know what you can do about it. They're not mounted, right? As opposed to they're just a thick cardboard. So, that's unfortunate. But anyway, I don't think in terms of multiplayer it's going to be a bad thing, but you can see the solo thing, and these things would knock over really super easy. But that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed what you saw. I hope you found it informative. If you did, please consider subscribing to my channel, North of 60 Gamer, so that you can not miss out on other things that I do. Mainly I do games, but occasionally I throw a few things out. I got a new camera coming that's going to go right there. Hopefully, maybe today if I get a moment, but I got some other priorities that I'm looking at to do. I've got a video to do, and I've got to finish off, and I've got another video to do, Castlescape. So that's going to come, and then I got a ton of editing. And this weekend is ThawCon, which means I'm probably going to be playing board games Saturday and Sunday, and hopefully teaching a few of these, including Earth, Castlescape, and I believe I'm going to take Clank Catacombs. But anyway, hit the subscribe on the way out, and I really appreciate it if you do that subscription thing. That's it for me. My name is Harry Jacobs. I am the North of 60 Gamer. This is the North of 60 Gaming Channel. Thank you.